The Libyan Revolution succeeded during the period when Arabs and the Muslims were feeling their humiliating defeat at the hand of the Israel, and we saw that young revolutionary leader speak on behalf of Islam, was praying among his people, calling for the liberation of Al-Quds. I became attracted to his ideals, as did many young Muslims and Arabs, and as a result we organized an educational visit to Libya by a group consisting of 40 men from the education department. We visited the country at the beginning of the revolution. When we came back home, we were very optimistic and hopeful for a better future for Muslims and Arabs of the whole world. During the previous year, I had corresponded with some friends, and my friendship with a few of them became very close. Then even asked me to visit them. Thus, I made all the preparation for a journey during 3 months summer vacation. I planned to go to Libya and Egypt by road, and from there across the Sea of Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and then to Saudi Arabia to do Umrah and to renew my commitment to the Wahhabiyya in whose favor I campaigned amongst the students and in the mosques which were frequented by the Muslim Brotherhood. My reputation spread to other neighboring towns through visitors who attacked the Friday prayer and listened to the lesson and went back to their communities. Sheikh Ismail al-Hadifi, leader of the Sufi order in Tuzair, capital of Al-Jarid and the birthplace of famous poet Abul al-Qasim al-Shabi, and has many followers in Tunisia and abroad, especially amongst the workshop classes in France and Germany, also came to know about me. I received an invitation from him through his agent in Hafsa, who wrote me a long letter thanking me for my service to Islam and the Muslims. In the letter, they claimed that the thing I was doing would not bring me nearer to Allah because I had no learned sheikh, basing their arguments on famous saying, "He who has no sheikh, his sheikh will be a devil, and you need a sheikh to show you the way, otherwise half knowledge is not complete." They informed me that Sheikh Ismail himself had chosen me among all people to be one of his closest private circle of followers. I was absolutely delighted to hear the news. In fact, I cried in response to the divine care which had elevated me to the highest and best places. I had been following the step of Sidi al-Hadi, who was a Sufi sheikh known for his miracle, and had become one of his closest followers. Also, I accompanied Sidi Sila Balse and Sidi al-Jilani and other contemporary Sufi leader and waited eagerly for that meeting. When we entered Sheikh house, I looked curiously at the faces. At the place was full of followers, among whom were sheikhs wearing spotless white robes. After the greeting ceremony ended, Sheikh Ismail appeared and everyone stood up and started kissing his hand with great respect. His deputy winked at me to tell me that this was the sheikh, but I did not show any enthusiasm, for I was waiting for something different from what I saw.